Hello and welcome to La Rosa Reads. I'm Denise La Rosa, and today is the day where I reveal my first 5-star read of 2024. Let's talk books. So this happened quickly this year, and I am so relieved that it did. What a joyous experience I had reading my first 5-star read of this year. So let's have some fun. Let me reveal some 1-star reviews of my first 5-star read, and let me share with you why I strongly, and I mean strongly, disagree with all of those 1-star reviews. I'm devastated I wasted an Audible credit on this pseudo-philosophical garbage, the perfect example of text that literally says nothing, the most empty book I've ever read. Unbearably tedious, like reading fortune cookies for hours at a time. Very New Age focused book. Out of the gate, the Bible is quoted but not cited, which makes me wonder what else was taken as original but was not. Creativity Inc. was much more in-depth and insightful. If you want to read pages and pages that sounds like the meditation of a yoga class, then this is your book. If you can keep your eyes open long enough. Trying way too hard to be insightful, and half of it doesn't even make sense. Hard pass. And finally, the amount of 5-star reviews of this book absolutely baffles me. I've read 53 books thus far in 2023, and this is, without a doubt, the worst book I read all year. Well, my friends, I have other thoughts, differing thoughts than those reviewers. And here's the moment where I reveal what book are they talking about? My first 5-star read, which was The Creative Act, A Way of Being by none other than Rick Rubin. So I am ecstatic that this is my first nonfiction book to be my first 5-star read of a year in years. I was just blown away for so many reasons. And let's first talk about the author, the incomparable, legendary, fantabulous Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin is an American record executive and record producer. He is a co-founder of Def Jam Recordings, founder of American Recordings, and former co-president of Columbia Records. He's helped popularize hip-hop by producing records for acts such as the Beastie Boys, Run DMC, Public Enemy, and LL Cool J. And he's also produced hit records for acts from a variety of other genres, predominantly heavy metal, alternative rock, hard rock, nu metal, and country. So any human being that can engage in the creative act that is known as music producing, music making, and do this for genres that span such a wide range of quality, wide range of artistic expression, just lets you know how phenomenal of a human being Rick Rubin is. So his book, A Creative Act, A Way of Being, is one that I hadn't really heard about, but I happened to be scrolling through one of my feeds. It could have been Goodreads. It could have been Instagram. And I saw this gray book with a circle and a dot in the middle, and I saw Rick Rubin's name as the author on the cover, and I thought, oh yes, not only do I need this book in my life, but I need the audiobook specifically. If you are looking for exploring your creative potential and deepening your connection with the world around you, this book is for you. And I highly recommend the audiobook where you hear Rick Rubin's voice giving us words of wisdom, profound words of wisdom, in such a simple way, but also meditative way and profound way. I fell in love with this book from the very first line. So this book is broken down into numerous mini chapters, if you will, many meditative phrases, words, and thoughts that he expounds upon in no more than about 2 to 3 minutes per section. I love it. I love the audio experience that I had, the auditory experience of listening to this, and then there would be the gong, like a bell, gently centering you recentering you, bringing that section, that chapter to a close, and giving you time to reset and get ready for some new words of wisdom in the upcoming chapter. It was like such an experience. I fell in love with it. I mean, obviously, because it's a 5-star read. So I'm keeping this journal by A Clockwork Reader. If you don't know about that, my discussion about that on my video about my reading goals for 2024 expounds upon my goal of having a journal, a reading journal this year for the very first time in my life. So I'm going to open up this journal to share some of those immediate thoughts that I had about the creative act. So my favorite quote is the following: "Success occurs in the privacy of the soul." His chapter on success was by far my favorite one. And if you get this book for no other part than that one, it is well worth your time, your investment, whatever that may be. I love that. Success occurs in the privacy of the soul. We live in a society that really focuses so much on success, and we need to find ourselves defining what is success? Where does it take place? What does it mean to create a successful work? And I really enjoy that he first and foremost says in this book, one of the first lines is, everyone is a creative. Now, this is coming from Rick Rubin, a creative of all creatives. That's known, that's what he's known for, his brand, that's who he is and who millions of people know him for. But to think that every single one of us is a creative, I am a performing artist, formerly a performing artist. This work of having a booktube channel is a creative act. I just love creating. Everything from, I know this is going to sound really corny, like bringing life into the world, having 2 daughters, creating, being a part of that creative journey, from being a performer and a choreographer, a singer-songwriter. I love the act of creating more so than the destination of performing. I love that process. And he says even us creating our daily lived experiences and the life that we want to live, that in and of itself is a creative act. So he caught my attention. He captured my heart and my mind immediately as soon as he said that. I highly recommend this book because it's inspiring, it's affirming, it offers practical, creative advice in a meditative way. It really centers you, it grounds you, and it forces you in a gentle way to really reflect upon the creative act and what that looks like, sounds like, and feels like for you. Rick Rubin is a masterful creative, so who better to give us these words of wisdom than Rick Rubin? I love also how he incorporates little anecdotal notes and experiences of his work creating music with other artists and their thought process, their roadblocks, and how he suggests we learn from those experiences that he's sharing with us. So oh my. What a way to start 2024 and my reading journey. I feel like it was truly a satisfying 5-star read, and I am so excited that I got to share it with you today. Have you encountered your first 5-star read of 2024? If so, please, please, please let me know. Give me all the details in the comment section below. Also, what are you reading? What's going on in your reading life? I would love to hear from you. And please know that I'm excited for this reading year. I hope you're excited for this reading year. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.